So the ones I chose for today, again, are right from the Ableton full suite. And this one, right off the bat, is a drum loop, and it says, let's see, ANVG drums 73 BPM ALC. So this is how easy it is. Ready? All you have to do, this is one way to approach this. You can just click and drag it right into an audio track. And you'll notice something changes here. As soon as I drag it into the audio track, remember, this is a full-on audio track here. We have our levels, we have our panning left and right, track activator, on, off, solo, arm, sends and returns. Now, it will automatically rename the track, and it will automatically give the track a, the audio loop a color. And when you're looking at this kind of rectangle shape form here, okay, I was trying not to use the word, but this is technically called a clip, an Ableton audio clip, okay? And it's important to know the difference between audio clips and MIDI clips. And for next week's segment, I'll be diving more into MIDI, so just hang tight on that. But for now, what you need to know is that this is an audio clip. And how do I know it's an audio clip? By double clicking on it like this, okay? Not on the actual track itself, the track title, but the actual clip itself. You can see down here, this is what we call a waveform, okay? Let me expand this so you can see what's going on here. This is an actual, what you're looking at right here, okay? Just gonna highlight it. This is a waveform, an audio waveform. And audio waveforms can come in different outputs, different compression types. For example, for higher quality, lossless, okay, uncompressed original waveforms, you would want something that's either extension .fa or FLAC, which stands for FLAC or Flacier, WAV, that is a wave or waveform, and then .AIF or AIFF, again, uncompressed lossless file types. There are definitely several different other types of compressed audio. I'm sure some of you might be familiar with iTunes compressions, whether it's an AAC or MP3, right? Which you can load those in. You can load in MP3s. You can actually even load in MP4s for video editing. But for the highest quality type or uncompressed, you would want to look out for something like a WAV or a AIFF, okay? So this is a WAV file, and it's as easy as just hitting play to preview the sound. Okay. Then I can stop it right here, just like that. And again, just kind of reviewing from what we did in the last session, we can hit play. We can use the volume fader, turn it up and down. I can pan it left or right. Hard pan left, hard pan right. Okay. On or off. Sends. Here's my reverb send. Okay. And here is my delay send. And I can solo it if I actually am wanting to solo it with a track playing in the background. So again, let's just do this, review this one more time, or actually a couple more times. Again, I'm gonna load in another clip, but before I load it in, we can actually preview it before we throw it into an audio track. So check this out. If I just click on it once, okay? And then come down here, and you'll see this little bar down here where it says click to preview. So this is your preview bar before you commit to any sounds that you might want to load in. So if I go ahead and click on it, okay, you can hear that sound. And if you're not hearing it, if you go to click on it and you're still not, you can see the waveform, but you actually can't hear the clip, you got to make sure the monitoring symbol is activated right here, the bottom left hand side. Okay, again, so where did I get this clip from? This came right from my clips folder. And you might be wondering, well, why did I put it in my collections folder? Again, if you can see here, I organized my collections, and we talked about collections in the previous video, so you can go back to that and watch that again or watch it for the first time. But right here, this is my later folder, so I pulled these clips from the clip folder and then put them on my later folder for this demonstration. So if you're wondering what's going on up here, that's what's happening. So I like this. It's a cool little sample. So I'm going to go ahead and load it in. Okay. All right. So something to point out here that's actually really crucial about this is that Ableton, or a lot of times, like I said, the Ableton live clips will have the actual recorded BPM value implemented inside, like actually labeled for you. So the original recording of these clips, if you were to play them, sometimes might play back slower when you're previewing them, but when you load them in, they might play back faster or slower depending on what your master tempo is. Okay, so right now my master tempo, I have it set to 100 beats per minute. So technically, when I play this clip back, even though it was recorded at 73 beats per minute, it's actually going to play back a little bit faster. Technically, it's going to play back at 100 beats per minute. Can I go ahead and bring this back down to 73 beats per minute? Absolutely. Can I not have Ableton automatically set this to 100 beats per minute? Absolutely. And that has something to do with the warp engine, which I'll talk about in a moment here. But for now, let's just have fun let's just preview these two clips. Let's hear what they sound like together. And I could toggle them on individually like this. Okay, and I can stop them both individually at a time on each track, or I could turn my attention to what's called the scene and then play them both at the same time. So if I go ahead and hit play here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the track volumes for each one and make sure that, again, in my master, I'm looking at my master, make sure these clips aren't, audio tracks aren't clipping, meaning any unwanted distortion going in the red. That's kind of like a warning, like, hey, you're running a little hot here. So let's go ahead and play these together now in the scene at the same time. As you can see here, I can adjust the volume. Maybe I want my drums to be a little bit louder. And for fun, let's add a little bit of delay. So I'm going to send this synth horn to the return track B, which is delay. And I can solo it to hear what it's doing. This is without, with. So it's just adding a little bit of movement to the horn. So again, this is a great way to just implement some effects. And if you're wondering where's that delay coming from, again, remember when I send something to, if it's a send B, that's telling me it's going to this delay, all right? And by default, for any of you who have Ableton Live, by default, Ableton will already assist you by putting a reverb on send A, and then on send B, you should have a delay. And the cool thing is that you can customize these. You can say, like, maybe I don't want a delay on send B or a return track B. Maybe I want a distortion pedal. So the cool thing is that you can change these and customize them as much as you want. But delay and reverb can go a long way, and it's a great place to start. So just by experimentation, play around with this. And then maybe on my drums, I'll add a little bit of reverb. You hear it? So now my drums aren't so dry. Without, with. That sounds cool. I'm gonna unsolo. Okay, then I hit the space bar to stop these. I could also, if I wanted to, I could use the playhead up here. And I could use the stop scene. Okay, this is stopping the scene right down here, taking over both these tracks. So again, what you're looking at is two audio waveforms, aka audio clips, right, in Ableton. I can toggle between these two, and you can see down here in the clip editor section where we can further modulate the audio. Lives down here. Okay. But let's before we get into that, let's add one more clip. And this clip is a little bit different. Okay. So this is also an ALC file, and I can also preview it. So if I go ahead and click on it here, and again, yes, this also came from the Ableton clip series. Okay. So they call it Roomba Shaker in claves, 135 beats per minute. Okay. So if we go ahead and drop this in, I click and drag. See, here's the fun thing, guys, is that you don't need to preload an audio track or an audio or a MIDI track. If you just click and drag, Ableton will recognize what the file type is and will automatically create either an audio track for you or a MIDI track for you.